Yes, Arsenal community, welcome back to Loaded Cannon channel for your Albert JTV fan cam. Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. Arsenal 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, looking down for now. Let's get straight into it, man. So Trossard comes in for Havertz. I've got to be honest, my going into this game against Wolves, I thought it could be a tricky game. I did, irrespective of what you think of Wolves' form, where they are in the table. Good manager, Gary Neville. It'd be interesting to see how he does managerial-wise the next 4 or 5 years. But I thought today could be tricky. I went for Arsenal to win 2-1, actually, in my score prediction. It didn't turn out the way I thought it would go in terms of the game, but we'll delve into it. But one thing we've sort of seen with Arsenal this season is that they are slow starters. They are very slow starters, minus Champions League. But Premier League-wise, we are slow starters. That was not the case today. Against a team that we knew was going to be difficult to break down, and Gary Neville would have them set up very, very well. But Arsenal were fast out of the traps. They were free flowing. We come back to bump with the Premier League and the white boys and Martinelli and Saka are doubled up upon. Sorry, but Arsenal, for me, two fabulous goals, absolutely fantastic. Bukayo Saka again, and a fantastic finish. Brilliant, intricate build-up play in between him, Jesus, Tomiyasu gets involved. And it didn't stop there because we get the goal a few moments later with Martin Odegaard. Again, fantastic, fantastic play. The kind of football we've seen in the Champions League thus far, particularly at home, and what we haven't really seen in the Premier League. Fast starts, early goal, early 2 goals, fantastic for the first 20 minutes. It must have been a joy to go and watch that game today because it was beautiful football, and Wolves didn't really know what hit them, because if you set up defensively well or structured and you still get picked apart like that in the first 15-20 minutes, you're sitting there scratching your head. But that kind of set a foothold for Arsenal not to go chasing the game, but like I said, we're slow starters and we don't go ahead too often within the first 15 minutes. I have to try and find a stat for that to see how many games we've gone ahead in the first sort of 10-15 minutes, but fast start. But you know what? Wolves, fair play to them. They had like a kind of a 10-minute period where they had a lot of possession. But I think where we've done the damage in the first 20, it kind of solidified our position in the game. And Wolves didn't really have clear-cut chances, to be fair, unless it was through, which I've talked about with Zinchenko before in the past, his defensive prowess or his inability to defend certain areas or mistakes he does. Yes, he's good, we know, coming in field and playing an inverted role, but he does have that in his locker where he drives you insane. And we'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yeah, so going 2-0 at half time, I think we could have scored more. You know, Martinelli hits the post, Jesus hits one over the bar from about 3 yards. We could have put him to the sword like 4 and 5, to be honest with you, like we did in the week. But 2-0 at half time. But I don't know about you, I thought the second half I thought Arsenal, I didn't expect them to come out and go and smash Wolves 6 and 7s, but to me, it just kind of drifted along. We kept the ball well and got into areas in the final third, but not really working the goalkeeper loads. But Wolves had to come out a little bit more on the front foot, and they got to areas. They got into our area of the pitch defensively sometimes, but not really exploiting us. And I thought the only way they're going to score really is if we gift wrap it to them, and we did. Zinchenko, when you're in that area of the pitch, you hit Rosette, you hit the ball further up the pitch. You can't be looking to play out from that position when you're blind. And what I mean by that is you don't see the bigger picture around you. You know, we're in our defensive third of the pitch. You can't dwell on the ball there. You got caught, came out to the Wolves plan, and fair play to him, it was a good finish, but we made it really nervy for ourselves. But we could have buried it 3-1 with great chance for Eddie Nketiah. Odegaard puts him through on the plate. He's got to score. End of story. Shouldn't be hitting the post from there. You've got to put that in the back of the net. And we had to ride it out for about a good 7 or 8 minutes with the injury time. I think the injury time was 7 minutes, but missed out on a clean sheet, which is a shame because we've got the best defensive record in the league. I think it was 10 goals conceded before the start of today. But listen, we move on to Luton away on Tuesday. I'll be doing a watch along for that. So yeah, people, subscribe to the Loaded Cannon channel. Obviously, come and check out your guy Albert JTV. And we are over and out, 4 points at the top of the league. We move on to Tuesday.